2024 has been a pretty amazing year for anime so far. From brand new hard-hitting action anime like Solo Leveling and Kaiju 8 to controversial mega-hyped anime like Junji Ito's Uzumaki, and obviously the return of other popular mega anime favorites such as Demon Slayer, Blue Lock, and Akira Toriyama's last anime, Dragon Ball Daima. However, out of all of these anime that I've mentioned so far, one new anime has seemingly stood out from all of the rest. An anime that has garnered so much hype that people are out here hailing it as the best anime of 2024 already, some people even going as far as to label this anime an absolute masterpiece. Hello everyone, I'm Finn. Welcome back to FinFilms. Join me today as I am discussing an anime that has taken the world by absolute storm. An anime that is sitting at an astounding 8.6 on my anime list after only like 5 episodes that have aired so far. Yep, that's right. Today I am talking about the anime Dandadan, and we are going to be answering the question, is Dandadan overhyped? Dandadan is a brand new anime from Studio Science Saru, an animation studio that's probably most famous for its Devilman anime adaptation, as well as contributing episodes of Star Wars Vision, the Star Wars anime project that came out a few years back. Dandadan is an action shonen kind of like love story rom-com anime that tells the unlikely friendship and potential relationship of 2 Japanese high school students. One Momo Ayase, or Momo, a rash, loud gyaru who believes in ghosts and finds herself single after breaking up with her asshole boyfriend at the beginning of episode 1. And 2 are male protagonist Kin Takakore, a nerdy, shy, introverted boy who is constantly bullied for his weird behavior and his obsession with aliens and UFOs. The 2 then suddenly become intertwined with one another after making a bet to decide who is correct. Are aliens real, like Kin believes, or are ghosts and spirits real, like Momo believes? The 2 of them setting off on a wild, wacky comedy kind of rom-com adventure with one another. Now, to say that this anime has grown exceedingly quickly to be one of the most hyped anime I've ever seen in a long time is well, it's an understatement, and I think that after watching a few episodes of this anime, it's easy to see why it got so hyped, namely, the art style. Dandadan, specifically its opening animation, is inarguably gorgeous to look at. I think that even the staunchest critics of this show that firmly believe that this show is overhyped have to sit back and say that, okay, the animation art style for this show is exceptionally good, specifically the intro opening animation scene. Really, not since the likes of Cyberpunk have I watched a show or an opening animation scene in recent memory that has made me sit back and go, okay, wow, this is absolutely beautiful. For a boomer anime lover like me, Dandadan's intro is an absolute nostalgia fest. This intro conjuring themes and feelings of 2 of like probably my favorite anime intros, favorite anime of all time, Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. From the grainy kind of damaged film overlay to the use of these like popping pastel combined with neon colors to the banger intro song, Dandadan's intro honestly might be my favorite anime intro to come out in years. There's a lot of like intricate themes and ideas that can be kind of broken down to determine what makes an anime intro great, but really, to put it simply, if I get enjoyment out of watching the anime intro and I don't want to skip it every time that I watch a new episode of said anime, then that is a good anime intro. And I think regardless if you think that Dandadan is overhyped or not, I think that you have to objectively sit back and say, okay, this anime does have a banger intro. The high quality and kind of unique animation style, though, doesn't just end at the intro. No, so far, at least throughout the episodes that have been released so far at the time of recording, the animation does seem to be pretty high quality and maintains this very unique kind of style. Nowadays, with many anime, we see a kind of dramatic drop-off in animation quality as a show progresses, as a series and season progresses. Oftentimes, it feels like the budget of an anime season is is like front and back loaded, meaning that they hit you with like really amazing high quality animations in like the first few episodes to really suck the viewer in, and then suddenly the quality drops throughout the middle meat of said season, only for them to ramp it back up again once we get towards the climax of the season. Or in the case of like Junji Ito's Uzumaki, they blow all of their load, they blow all of their budget on episode 1 of the series, and then after that everything goes to shit. So far, though, to me, this has not been the case for Dandadan. So far, it has maintained the same kind of quality of animation throughout every episode that has been released so far at the time of recording, while simultaneously the show has been interweaving different kind of animation styles and artistic choices. For example, the bulk of episode 2 takes place in black and white, which is a sharp contrast to the vibrant colors presented in the first episode and really for all of the other episodes released so far. Now, there is a story context as to why this is the case, why episode 2 is largely in black and white, but from strictly an artistic standpoint, an artistic point of view, I absolutely loved it. Black and white animation style really invokes the kind of roots of the manga art style that these anime are adapted from, the hand-drawn art style of the manga. Specifically in the case of Dandadan, with a scene like this, it feels as though it was ripped straight out of the panel of the manga. Personally, artistically, I think that this anime is great and very unique, but I think more importantly, its animation style really captures the comedic, romance, supernatural vibes that this anime is all about. Yes, there are anime out there with better, more insane animations. For example, some of the most intense hype moments from Demon Slayer, Blue Lock, Vinland Saga, and Cyberpunk, just to name a few. But for the story that Dandadan as a rom-com anime is trying to tell, I think that its animation style and the quality of said animations fits amazingly well. While there definitely are legit critiques and criticism of Dandadan as an anime, I think that objectively most people can agree that from like an animation artistic standpoint and point of view, it's objectively pretty damn good. In many ways, this anime is a kind of new, fun, interesting take on like a rom-com supernatural anime masquerading itself as kind of an action shonen. The show immediately presents us with like the possibility of a relationship developing between our two main characters, the rash, outgoing Momo Gyaru character and the shy, awkward Kin. The two characters' personalities clashing in a hilarious, comedic way that really almost kind of compels you to root for them to get together in this very much like would they, won't they type of relationship. In many ways, Dandadan invokes a lot of like themes that come with like an anime like Chainsaw Man and how it displays comedy, kind of raunchy, rash comedy, overlapping it with a potential romance and a friendly helping of fan service. Now, this seems to be like one of the main critiques that I've seen from anime fans who believe that Dandadan is overhyped. In the words of one reviewer, this anime has the entire recipe to become famous these days. Horny jokes, good opening, good animation, a mascot with meme faces, someone old who looks young. It is the exact same as Chainsaw Man. It will be popular due to the community being too horny and the reaction potential, but not by being good. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I think that this reviewer, this fan, this person brings up some really good valid points. It really does feel like over the last few years, there has been a kind of dramatic shift in anime, a shift to really capitalize on like memeability of moments and characters within an anime. Social media is very obviously the driving factor behind this, behind making anime, or really like any show nowadays popular. But really, this is a major deal when it comes to making an anime trending, making an anime popular. I mean, Chainsaw Man is a kind of primary example of this. Think of all of the Denji and Makima memes that like spread all across the internet, literally within just a few weeks of that show airing. The question is, though, is this a bad thing? I think potentially yes, potentially no. I think the memeability of like characters, their faces, these memeable moments, pushing controversial moments in anime is really only bad if it comes at the cost of like the overall quality of the story that is being told. As far as an anime like Dandadan is concerned, I think that the jury is still out on whether this anime will grow to be a compelling, intricate story with character progression, or if it was actually just made with like memeability in mind. Now, I want to bring us to the elephant in the room for the Dandadan anime, and that is the fan service. As always, guys, I just want to say that this video is made possible by viewers like you. Viewers like you watching this video, engaging with it, liking, commenting, and subscribing are really the main reason why I can make content like this. So if you do enjoy the video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as that is the easiest way to support me, and it really does go a long way in helping to put these videos into the algorithm. Okay, let's get back to it. Yes, this anime has quite a bit of fan service. I mean, in the opening few episodes alone, I've lost track on the amount of times we've seen our main female protag's panties. But here's my question, though. What were you expecting? This anime is an R-rated romance comedy. Of course, it was going to have fan service. Fan service is not always a bad thing in my opinion. Sometimes it gets a little heavy-handed. Sometimes it feels like, okay, this is fan service for fan service sake, an appeal to all of the horny little degens otakus out there on the internet. However, to me, more often than not for an anime like Dandadan, most of the fan service moments, at least to me, have felt as though they were there to accentuate the comedic moments in this anime. There is, though, one element of fan service that did bother me, though, and that is the grandma. I think that the reviewer that we read from earlier really kind of hit the nail on the head, but animes nowadays really need to chill out with the whole, let's make a much older character unnecessarily hot. Of course, this kind of trope is like nothing new in anime. I mean, a character like Tsunade from Naruto instantly kind of comes to mind when I think of like a very attractive older character. Naruto constantly referring to Tsunade as Grandma Tsunade throughout the show, but Tsunade as a character at least is a character with story progression as well as a kind of pretty well developed backstory and motivation. She's not just an older female character who is used as horny bait and made unnecessarily hot. Overall, I have to say though that the copious amounts of fan service in a show like Dandadan really didn't bother me as much because it is a crude R-rated rom-com anime. This show is very obviously trying to be edgy and silly and to appeal to the horny degen otakus out there on the internet, but I have to give it a pass because at the end of the day, it's funny. Yes, a lot of the jokes are stupid and kind of cringe and edgy, and there does seem to be a over-reliance on, like, potty humor, if you will, but I would be lying to you if I said that this show didn't make me laugh every single episode. If this type of fan service was happening in a more traditional kind of battle shonen anime like JJK or Demon Slayer, I'd probably have much more of a problem with it, but again, this is a comedy rom-com anime that is actually funny. And I think that because of this, it's fine here. But I do understand why a lot of people might take issue with this type of fan service and really the over-reliance on fan service. The final critique of Dandadan that I want to discuss in this video is one that I've seen probably the most of any online in reviews, and that is the show's predictability. A lot of people online, people who don't seem to like this show or think that it's overhyped, seem to think that Dandadan is extremely predictable. That many of the enemies and bad guys and fight scenes in this show just feel underwhelming. The bad guys don't feel dangerous at all, so you just know that the characters are going to overwhelm them and there won't be any serious consequences for their actions. And honestly, I think that this is a pretty fair critique. So far at the time of recording in this show, 5 episodes in, many of the fight scenes do feel somewhat predictable. It has so far felt that our characters are always going to be overcoming the obstacles that have been put in front of them, and this has led to sometimes a suspension of disbelief in fight scenes, and ultimately can lead to a lack of investment from a fan base if you know that your protags are always going to overcome their adversaries in an anime. This problem has been the death of many shonen battle anime throughout the years. If you aren't able to make the characters believable, if you aren't able to put the characters in real danger and make the audience believe that the characters could actually die, it does make it really hard to get invested in like battle action sequences. However, I think that this critique really only holds water if you are evaluating Dandadan from the perspective of a battle shonen anime. Again, something akin to JJK, Demon Slayer, My Hero, DBZ, take your pick. But you see, I think that's the problem. Dandadan is not a battle shonen anime. It's a parody. At its core, this anime is a supernatural rom-com with undertones of shonen battle anime and power scaling. If anything, it feels, to me at least, like Part of the comedy from an anime like Dandadan comes from how it uses these shonen battle anime themes, more specifically, how it parodies them. To me, Dandadan seems extremely aware of what it's doing and how it is invoking battle shonen anime themes, just shonen themes in general, in the way that it does it. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm just completely wrong here and I've lost the plot, but to me, it very much feels like the author is intentionally making a parody of a battle shonen anime and the many themes of power scaling, character transformation, abilities, all of these themes, these tropes that scream traditional shonen battle anime. Like, for example, let's take the power-up transformation of our male lead character, Kin Takakura. Kin goes from being this goofy, shy, awkward, nerdy kid to this badass, edgy, sad boy vibe type character when he does his transformation. Immediately when I saw this transformation and the change in the character, I was like, oh, that's fucking Sasuke. Every shonen has its dark, edgy, bad boy, sad boy type character. It has become very much like a very well-worn trope that has become a fan favorite for many shonen watchers. I mean, there's a reason that more often than not, these types of characters become the audience fan favorites. Whether it's a character like Vegeta, Sasuke, Tokito, Todoroki, Megumi, Gojo, the list goes on and on. These types of characters constantly end up being fan favorites, and to me, this personality change that Kin undergoes when he transforms seems to be poking fun at this. I mean, there's a reason why this character shift is so over the top, is so dramatic, because it is supposed to be a comedic bit. It's supposed to be a parody. Throughout this video, I've said that Dandadan is a rom-com anime with undertones of battle shonen anime, but in actuality, I lied to you. It's actually a rom-com that is just a parody of shonen battle anime. The use of these shonen battle anime themes is part of the comedy. It's part of what makes it funny. That's why it feels predictable. That's why it's so over the top in many of these shonen battle anime ways, because to me at least, it very much feels like this is something very self-aware that the author has done. It feels like making these over-the-top, well-used shonen tropey anime like battle themes is part of the comedy. It's part of the humor. Of course, the anime is going to seem predictable if you are analyzing it and looking at it through the lens of a battle shonen anime, because it's making fun of exactly that. Battle shonen anime, when in reality you should be looking at Dandadan as a rom-com battle shonen parody that is very self-aware of what it's doing when it uses shonen themes. At the end of the day though, anime, like all other forms of media, are completely subjective. Some people are going to like a show, others are going to hate it. I do think that there are real substantive critiques that can be made of Dandadan as an anime. No piece of media is perfect. There's always going to be something that they could have done better, or something that a subset of viewers just don't like when they watch a piece of media. Anime fans do have a tendency to hype new anime to the freaking moon, and anyone who dares disagree with them and think that this new anime is not the best new anime of all time immediately gets called a hater and gets on. With all of this being said, I do think that Dandadan is a fantastic anime. It's funny, and it really does feel like a breath of fresh air in the kind of modern shonen landscape world. It's got some really great animations with a really unique art style, and it has one of my favorite opening anime sequences of all time. That being said, it's obviously not perfect. Not everyone is going to like this anime. Not everyone is going to vibe with the copious amounts of fan service or the crude type of humor that is used in this anime, and that's okay. So then, once again, we have to ask the question, is Dandadan overhyped? Honestly, maybe a little, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good show. I think to call Dandadan a bad show is being a little bit hyperbolic. Yes, there are things that you can probably critique about this show. Yes, not everyone is going to like this show. Me personally, I love it. It's probably my favorite anime to come out in 2024, and I think when things are all said and done, it's probably going to be the best anime of 2024. That being said, though, I think that if we're being objective, it probably is a little overhyped. Again, though, that doesn't mean that this anime is bad. As always, guys, with these types of videos, these are just my thoughts and opinions, so feel free to let me know yours in the comment section down below. Let me know, what do you think about Dandadan? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's overhyped? Do you think it's not overhyped? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, learned something new, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as that is the easiest way to support me, and it really does go a long way in helping to put this video into the algorithm. If you did enjoy this video, then why don't you check out some of my other anime content on screen now. And as always, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Until next time, stay safe out there. Peace, love, Adu.